Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everyone. Previous week we talked about jhana. So definition of jhana is two, right? One is contemplating an object. This one be contemplation and object can be either positive and negative, right? Negative and positive. And another one is cremating 5 hindrances, right? So this is the positive. Jhanas temporarily suppress 5 hindrances. The moment you attain jhana, so you suppress 5 hindrances. So when the mind is free from these hindrances, it became like a polished mirror. It became like a polished mirror. So that means because of concentration, very deep concentration. So the mind became clear, crystal clear. So by that time when you practice vipassana, when you incline your mind to know the nature of your mind and matter, we call it nama rupa, then you'll be able to see it clearly. So with the power of concentration. So therefore, jhana is we can call it deep concentration, deep and stable concentration. So as a result of jhana, as a result of deep and stable concentration, you will have serenity of the mind, stillness of the mind. So if your mind is still, so you'll be able to see the nature of nama rupa, the nature of nama rupa. That is called vipassana, right? That's called vipassana. For that reason, normally meditation master, they normally give this state of mind. See, they normally give a simile of stable pool. So you can imagine in the forest, there's a pool with a full of water, deep pool. When the wind is blowing, the water will shake, right? The water will shake. So restlessness. When the water is shaking, you cannot see. The water is very dirty, right? Then the wind stopped. The water will become very stable. It became very stable. So all the texts and all the dirty thing were moved to at the bottom. So that means the water pool became very clear, crystal clear. We call it crystal clear, right? Because of stability of air, stability of the water. We call it still pool, right? Still pool. Then when the water is stable and calm, you can see everything inside. Every single thing. Water plant, moss, and also rock, and thatches, leaf, tree leaf, etc. You can see everything inside clearly because of stability of the water. Here also, when somebody attains jhana, the mind is very calm and very stable. Your mind just focuses on meditation object. So by that time, there is no sensory desire in your mind. There is no ill will in your mind, no restlessness, no worry, no sloth and torpor, and no doubt. So your mind is free from five hindrances temporarily, no? Temporarily. So by that time, because of that, your mind is very calm and very tranquil. Because of that tranquility, the mind became like a polished mirror. So imagine from jhana, when you practice vipassana, you will see the nature of nama rupa. So that is, so samatha will support to attain vipassana, right? To attain vipassana. So that's the nature of jhana. So therefore, when you look at many sutta that talk about the enlightenment of the Buddha, so they were recorded in this way. So the Buddha attained, the Buddha to be Prince Siddhartha, trying to achieve jhanas, the first jhana, second, third, and fourth jhana, according to sutta method. So Prince Siddhartha, Bodhisattva, trying to attain jhanas. So here the sutta mentioned, by developing the four jhana, especially the fourth jhana, he gained perfect one-pointedness of the mind. So his mind is one point, pointing to, how to say, attention to one point. His mind was now like a polished mirror, where everything is reflected in its true perspective. If the mirror is very clear, so you can see your face very clearly. Just like that, when your mind is stabilized, calm and tranquilized, just like a still pool, right? You can see what is happening in your mind. So because of that, the Buddha to be, or Bodhisattva, trying to emerge from the jhana and trying to incline his mind to know his, his previous life. We call it the knowledge of recollection of previous life. Then the Buddha trying to attain the fourth jhana again, then the mind became powerful because of concentration, because of jhana, and the Buddha will emerge from the fourth jhana and trying to incline his mind to attain second knowledge. We call it the knowledge of divine eye. So the Buddha to be trying to see the life of other beings, how they die, how they have a rebirth in a new existence. And the Buddha knew everything. Why some are poor? Why some are rich? Why some are beautiful? Why some are ugly, like that? So cause and effect, right? Theory of karma. And also the cause of suffering. The Buddha knew because of divine eye, divine eye. And the Buddha entered the fourth jhana again, just like trying to charging the mind. Attaining jhana is a kind of charging the mind. So the mind became powerful again. The Buddha emerged from the fourth jhana and trying to attain the third knowledge. We call it the knowledge of distraction or taints. So the last one is knowing the Four Noble Truths. Because of that, the Buddha destroyed all the taints, all the unwholesome mental state in his mind. That is enlightenment, knowing the Four Noble Truths is enlightenment. As a result of that, the Buddha gained the knowledge of distraction or taints, aswakya jnana. So that is three knowledge, right? The Buddha normally say the Buddha had three knowledges. So recollection of his previous life, and recollection of divine, the knowledge of divine eye, and the knowledge of distraction of taints. So because of that, the Buddha attained enlightenment, and Prince Siddhartha became the Buddha. So that is the way the Buddha attained enlightenment. Here, what I want to say is, jhana is concentration of the mind, tranquility of the mind. That's jhana. Today, we will talk about the nature of jhana in details. Before we talk about jhana, I want to say the mental state just before jhana. So this is from the suttas. So actually, this is from Sammiññaphala Sutta from Digha Nikaya, second sutta in Digha Nikaya, Sammiññaphala Sutta. So it talks about before jhanas. Not only this one sutta, in some other sutta as well. When he sees that these five hindrances have been abandoned within himself, gladness arises. So here you can see that when the meditator sees that five hindrances have been abandoned in his mind, then the gladness will arise, pamaucha will arise. He feels happy, very happy. Not a normal happiness, Gladness is very powerful, joyous feeling. When he is gladdened, rapture arises. Piti. So piti is one of the jhana factor. So this one is not a jhana factor yet. Just before jhana, So rapture also one of the powerful joyous feeling. When his mind is filled with the rapture, his body becomes tranquil. And he began calm and still. So you can see that gladness, pamaucha, rapture, piti, tranquility, passaddhi. So because of gladness, rapture will arise. Because of rapture, tranquility will arise. We can call it dependent origination, paticca samuppada. Because of that happened. Then, so Sammiññaphala Sutta, from Sammiññaphala Sutta, Digha Nikaya, Sutta number 2, paragraph number 75. So this is a very long sutta, so you don't need to read everything. Just go to paragraph number 75. Tranquil in body, he experiences happiness, sukha. Happiness is more or less connected with the body. Earlier one, mostly connected with the mind, influence the mind. Because of tranquility, happiness will arise. Being happy, his mind, he becomes concentrated. Being happy, happiness in the body and the mind, he became concentrated. So that means when you are worried, when you have restlessness, no way to get concentration, right? So only when you have happiness in the body and mind, so you have a concentration. So this is a before jhana. Actually, when you read Samanyaphala Sutta, it's very detailed. When you know about jhanas, you can also go and read Samanyaphala Sutta. That sutta explains the nature of jhana with the similes, different similes, very beautiful. And also, before you attain all these one, gladness, rapture, tranquility, happiness, and concentration, you need to cultivate morality, sila. Morality, sila. Sila also different level, different level, so different type. So when you have cultivated your morality, then you have all these one, step by step. Gladness, rapture, tranquility, happiness, and concentration. So this is before jhana. Then within the jhana, so just for a brief explanation about jhana. So I take it from Ajahn Brahm's book, Mindfulness, Bliss and Beyond. So this book explains about jhana very well. So if you want to know about jhana, you can read this book. And also, this book explains what is meditation, how to meditate, what are the benefits, especially about jhanas. You can see the book, the name of the book, Mindfulness and Bliss, the bliss of mindfulness, or the bliss of meditation, and beyond. Beyond means jhanas, or Magga and Phalacchetas, like that. So, Ajahn Brahm mentioned about jhana. Within jhana, when you attain jhana, all the five senses are totally shut down. One cannot see, one cannot hear, one cannot smell, one cannot taste, one cannot feel, touch. So that means you will not see. Even though you open your eye, you will not see the object. Even though there are a lot of noise, you will not hear. If you hear me, you are not in jhana. If you hear, if you can smell, you are not in jhana. No taste, no physical touch, You cannot experience, you will not know, physical sensation. Physical sensation means when you are sitting down, suppose on the floor, you will not notice any physical, tactile object. So your mind just pay attention to the meditation object. One-pointedness, right? One-pointedness. Only the sixth sense, that is the mind, is in operation. It's very important explanation. It is also, this statement is in accordance with Pali Canon. Later I will show. In accordance with the Pali Canon. So the way he writes is very clear. So therefore I quoted this book. Because a few years ago, one of my students sent SMS to me, and one meditation master, one of the famous meditation master, is saying that within jhana you can hear. Within jhana you can hear. So actually, because that student learned about jhana under in my class. So therefore, what he say, actually he is a famous meditation master. So what he say is not in accordance with the Pali Canon. So therefore, I quoted, I sent what the Buddha taught in the suttas. So here, Ajahn Brahm also stated, actually, in this book, Ajahn Brahm trying to quote, the sutta as well, not writing blindly, So actually, I want to recommend this book, very good book for those who want to know about meditation, even beyond meditation, like a jhana, like a jhana. So therefore, within the jhana, when you are in jhana, you do not see anything, you will not hear anything, no smell, no taste, no touch. Only the mind is working. So therefore, I want to show a very powerful chart. So this is prepared by Mr. Rupa-Kathin, the president of Palita Society. He is a well-known Abhidhamma scholar. We can see that, contemporary Abhidhamma scholar. Mr. Rupa-Kathin. He translated the second commentary of Abhidhamma Sangha. So this one is commentary, The book that trying to explain or clarify some of the difficult part from this book, we call it set commentary. And he translated set commentary of Abhidhamma Sangha together with Sri Lankan scholar, layman scholar. So I think we have in our library, I think we have one copy. So actually, in his lecture, Mr. Rupa-Kathin explained the nature of jhana status, the nature of jhana. So here, the first one, you can see that dreamless sleep. Normally, we dream, right, when we are sleeping. When you are dreaming, so that means your mind is in operation. Your mind is in operation. Your mind is working. Sometimes we dream what we experience in the daytime, right? Daytime. But here, so by that time, your mind is still working. But here, dreamless sleep. So that means your mind only bhavanga chaita functioning. The moment you have dreamless sleep, no dream, full sleep, by that time, you will not hear, right? Even somebody touch you, no physical sensation. No physical sensation. No smell, no taste, and no hearing, And also, you will not see anything, right? You will not see, you will not hear, you will not no smell, no taste, no touch. So only the mind, bhavanga chaita, is functioning. So only by that time you have 100% sleep according to Abhidhamma. So Mr. Rupa-Kathin trying to indicate this state, dreamless sleep. So your mind is very stable, right? Stable, not active. Maybe when we talk about mind process, I will come back to this. I will discuss again because this is important one. So when you have a full sleep, your mind is very stable, right? Go like that. Bhavanga chaita is a passive mind, so therefore not active. Then normal time, our mind is active. Now I'm talking, my mind is active. You are listening, your mind is active. Then when you're walking, when you're doing other things, when you are awake, so that means your mind is active, then after active mind, we will have Bhavanga Chetas. At the Bhavanga stage, your mind is not active. Then, when your senses have contact with outside object, then you will have a active mind process. Then, Bhavanga Cheta again, active mind process, Bhavanga Cheta again, active mind process, Bhavanga Cheta again. It go like that. It go like that. But when you attain jhana, your mind is stable. Just like you sleep, right? Your mind is stable. But when you are in jhana, you know meditation object. Your mind pointed to meditation object. Awake, fully awake. But the mind is very stable, very stable. Knowing the meditation object. Your mind is staying, near the meditation object. So it is very stable. Not like in normal time, right? Not like in normal time. So therefore, some people say that meditation is like a sleeping. Meditation is like a sleeping. When you have a good meditation, your body have a full rest. In deeper level of meditation, you don't need to make so much effort. So your body do not need to, use a lot of energy, especially when you attain jhana. So your body need to use less energy. So therefore, it's like a sleeping. When you attain jhana, you don't need to sleep so many hours. Jhana itself is a kind of resting. I will not say that not sleeping, kind of resting. You will have your mind and body have a full rest. So therefore, you can compare, right? Sleeping and jhana state. When you are sleeping, stable state of mind, but it is passive. You do not hear, you do not see, no smell, no taste, and no touch. So that means when you know somebody touching your body, you awake, right? That in jhana as well, when you hear the sound, you are not in jhana. You fall down from jhana, So therefore, the Buddha said that noise is a danger of the first jhana. When you attain the first jhana, your concentration is not very strong yet. So therefore, when you have a lot of noise in surrounding, you can fall down from your jhana. So here, as the Ajahn Brahm said that, only the mind is in operation. Only the mind is working. The mind just know the meditation object, right? Meditation object. So that is the nature of jhana. Okay, any question up to now? Okay.
Bhante, I got two questions. Regarding consciousness, is it true to say consciousness actually shut down in dreamless state, and samadhi state consciousness is active?
You mean in dreamless
Yes.
sleep? Bhavanga Cheta is consciousness. We have a 90 type of Bhavanga Chetas. So those 90 Bhavanga Chetas are consciousness. So that means the moment you are full sleep, you still have a consciousness, Bhavanga. And also, when you attain jhana, you stay with consciousness. You stay with consciousness. And then what you refer to is, later we have to learn, Nidora Samapatti, cessation attainment. So when you enter cessation attainment, no consciousness, no chitasika, and also because of no mind, and your body will not move. Your body will not move because our body is moving because of the mind, because of the mind. And then what you refer to is Nidora Samapatti, we call it cessation attainment. So in the fourth chapter, we have to learn.
Okay, second question is sleep a requirement of the body or the mind?
Sleep, requirement of the body. And then, of course, we need to sleep. Yeah, both for the mind and body. Yeah, mind and body. I hope that what you want to see, right? Yeah, it's a requirement. But sleep. Sun, Brahma, and then will not sleep, like a Asenya Satta, non-percipient beings. So that means they don't have a mind. Because of that, they don't need to sleep, right? Maybe there are a few sentient beings that they don't need to sleep. Okay, any question? Okay, no question. Then, so let's talk about the nature of jhana by quoting the suttas. Anubhava Nidora Sutta, it means gradual cessation. So in this sutta, the Buddha talk about the nature of jhanas, different type of jhanas. Bhikkhus, there are these 9 progressive cessation, Anubhava Nidora. 9 progressive cessation, gradual cessation. What 9? Number 1, for one who has attained the first jhana, that we are going to learn, the first jhana, sensory perception, kamicchanda has ceased. So that means when you attain the first jhana, sensory perception has ceased. Sensory perception means after seeing, right, with our eye, we have a sensory perception. Oh, he is tall or short, beautiful or ugly, etc. Then after hearing, right, ear is sensory object, right? After hearing, we have a lot of perception, right? Oh, my friend is calling, my teacher is calling, etc. So that means it is in accordance with what Ajahn say, right? The moment you attain the first jhana, only the mind is in operation. Only the mind is operation. Especially with 5 senses, 5 senses: eye, ear, nose, the tongue, and the body, right? Tongue and body. So that means all the sensory perception, all the senses do not work, shut down, right? Shut down. So that's the first jhana. Then second one, for one who has attained second jhana, thought and examination have ceased. So when you attain second jhana means according to Sutta method. Actually, Bdmv we have 5 jhana, right? In suttas, mostly 4 jhanas. I think you have to know this one. So here, we are talking about the sutta method. For one who has attained the second jhana, thought, vitakka, and examination has ceased. So there's no vitakka and visara. no vitaka and visara. For one who has attained the third jhana, rapture has ceased. Rapture means no pity, no pity. Later we have to learn what is thought, what is examination, what is rapture clearly. For one who has attained the fourth jhana, in breathing and out breathing has ceased. When you attain the fourth jhana, breathing totally sleep, no breathing, no breathing. Normally, even modern science said that when you are breathing, when you do not have a breath, you die, right? You die. But here it's very interesting. The Buddha said that when you attain the fourth jhana, you don't have a breath. You're not breathing anymore. Right? You're not breathing anymore. Because of the power of the mind, because of concentration. So here, we are talking about, the Buddha talked about 9 gradual cessation in this sutta. So later we will have to we will learn the other 5, the other 5. So for the time being, we are learning 5 material jhanas, rupa jhanas. So therefore, I will stop here. So when you look at this sutta, you will know the nature of the jhana, right? The nature of the jhana. And also in one place, the Buddha talk about the nature of jhana from different perspective. The Buddha said that noise is a thorn to the first jhana. A thorn or danger to the first jhana. So therefore, when we meditate, we have to choose quiet place, right? Quiet place. That's the reason why. So when you are meditating in noisy place, not easy to get concentration for beginners. But when you become when you have a lot of experience in meditation, then of course you can practice anywhere. But even any noise is a danger for the meditation. Here, so that means when you hear the noise or the voice, you're not in jhana. So that means the moment you attain the first jhana, your concentration is not very strong yet. But of course, it's very strong. But compared to second jhana and third jhana, not strong yet. No, not strong yet. So when you go to higher jhanas, even somebody touch your body, you will not know. The power of concentration, the power of absorption. Here, so therefore, Ajahn right. So only the mind is in operation, right? You will not hear anything. If you hear something, that means you're not in jhana, right? You're not in jhana. Then thought and examination, vitaka and vichara, it turns to the second jhana. So when you are in second jhana, if vitaka and vichara come in, you fall to the first jhana. So it turns. It danger to second jhana. Rapture. Normally, rapture is very holy, a very good one. But when you want to go to higher jhana, like a third jhana, it became a danger, It became a danger for you. Like somebody achieve something in his life. Somebody attain one good achievement in his life. Feel very happy. He was satisfied with this. Have a rapture for his achievement. Then he will not go up, He will not go to next step, right? He will not go to next step. Like that, when you have attachment to rapture, you cannot go to the third jhana. So therefore, rapture is return to the third jhana. In and out breathing is return to the fourth jhana. When you are stay breathing, you cannot attain the fourth jhana, because breathing will become a blocking, how to say, stamina block. It block to attain the fourth jhana concentration. Normal time, right? Suppose when you are excited, you have a very deep breath, right? Like that, right? So that such type of breathing will become hindrance to get concentration, no? To get concentration. But when you attain the first jhana, you don't need very heavy breath. Your breath became stabilized, tranquilized, calmer and calmer. So when you reach to the third jhana, it's almost no breathing. But when you still have breathing, you cannot go to the fourth jhana. So that means even refined breath is a danger for the fourth jhana, right? So therefore, when you can stop your in-breath and out-breath, so you attain the fourth jhana. So therefore, some people have a problem with this. They think that they don't have a breath, so they are not breathing. Because when their concentration is deeper and sharper, so their breath also tranquilizes and finer and finer. So people think that they are not breathing. Their breath totally disappear. And some meditator become worried because they will die. So therefore, they normally report to the meditation masters. And Pao Sayadaw, one of the famous meditation master in Myanmar, he said that he normally told to them, it is nothing happen. It is quite natural. It's quite natural. Don't worry. Even if you die, because of that, you will have a very good rebirth. No need to afraid. This is the nature of meditation. The more you go to deeper level of meditation, your breathing calmer and calmer, finer and finer. At the when you go to the fourth jhana, no more breath. So therefore, when you look at scientific way of thinking, it is illogical. It is illogical. No. So sometimes science cannot go beyond some of the point. Here also, so this is what the Buddha taught in many suttas. Not only this sutta, many suttas. So later we will talk about what is thought, what is examination, etc. Then, regarding with the jhana, the word jhana in Pali is similar to meditation. In Pali, normally we find jayata bhikkhu mabhamatata. The Buddha often remind to the monks. Jayata bhikkhu. So jayata means meditate monks. Trying to enter the jhana. Enter the jhana means, it doesn't mean rupa jhana. It is kind of concentration. Trying to concentrate your mind to the meditation object. So therefore, bhikkhu body, Bhikkhu Nyana Moli, Bhikkhu Analayo. So they are scholar monks, and also they are reliable Buddhist monk. So they translate the word Jayata as a meditate monks. Do not be negligent. Let you regret it later. This is our instruction to you. So the Buddha reminds to the monks, meditate. And the Buddha used the word Jayata. 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 Jhana comes from, the word Jayata. So that means the word jhana, the word meditation. So we can equate with meditation. And also the word jhana and the word samadhi, same, same. So therefore, in the Noble Eightfold Path, so the last one is right concentration, right? The last one, right concentration. So Pali Canon explain right concentration with the four jhana. The first jhana, second, third, and fourth jhana. So that we are going to learn. So that means we can safely say that jhana and concentration, jhana and samadhi are the same, Same. So we will have a 50 rupa vachara chetas. In Pali, 5 material sphere consciousness. 5 material sphere consciousness. So here you can see that material, matter, connected with the matter. They have the body, but their body is very fine, not wrapped. 5 material sphere consciousness. 5 material sphere consciousness, rupa cheta in short, which arise mostly in the 55 material sphere planes. So these 50 rupa jhana chetas mostly arise in the 50 rupa brahma realms. 5 material me, so these rupa jhana chetas can be attained by using more refined meditation object, just like a tranquilized breath, just like a nimitta, just like a light, etc. Right? So these are refined material object. So when you attain jhana, you have to use all these refined material meditation object. So because of that, we call it rupa vachara, 5 material sphere. So the opposite one is arupa vachara cheta. Immaterial jhana chetas. So the immaterial means no body, just the mind. They have only the mind. Later we have to learn. Okay, so we have a 50 rupa chetas. Then we will have a 5 kusala cheta. 5 kusala cheta. Rupa vachara kusala cheta. We will have a 5 vipaka cheta. We will have a 5 kriya chetas. Wholesome consciousness, 5 wholesome consciousness, 5 resident consciousness, and 5 functional consciousness. Altogether 15. So you can look at page number 54. Page number 54. 5 rupa vachara kusala chetas. Wholesome 5 material sphere chetas are experienced by orderlies, Puthojana, and trainees. Trainee me, those who are still in training. So that means sort of Sotapan, Sakadagami, Anagami, So, who develop jhana within this life is safe. Within this life is safe. So that means when you attain jhanas in this life as a Puthojana, we call it kusala chetas. As a Puthojana. When you are Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, you are still in training. We call it trainees, Sikha. When you attain as a Sikha, trainees, when you attain jhana, so your jhana cheta is kusala chetas. Rupa vachara kusala chetas, right? Rupa vachara kusala chetas. So their corresponding result, vipaka, arise only in the fine material sphere, fine material realms, rupa realms. In the being who have been reborn there as a consequence of developing jhana. So suppose you attain jhana as a Puthojana, you attain jhanas in this life. So your jhana cheta is called kusala chetas, right? Kusala chetas. As a result of your jhana chetas, after you die, you were born in the Brahma realm. So you are the cheta that make you have a rebirth in the Brahma realm called vipaka. Vipaka chetas. So 5 kusala cheta, 5 vipaka cheta, right? Vipaka chetas. Then 5 functional jhana chetas, kriya chetas, are experienced only by arahants and the Bodhas and Pachika Bodha when they attain jhanas. So when the Bodha and arahants, when they experience jhana, so their mind, we call it kriya chetas, rupa vachara kriya chetas. So actually, you have to pay attention to this one, vipaka. Vipaka cheta arise only when they have rebirth in the Brahma realm. Only when they are sleeping, or only when they have a bhavanga chetas in the Brahma realm. Or the moment they die, death consciousness. So that means rupa vipaka cheta perform only 3 functions: river function, and bhavanga function, and death consciousness, death function. Only 3 functions. That's very important. Okay. Any question? Okay.
Bhante earlier mentioned at the 4th jhana, the breath stopped. Did the Buddha or the Pali canons mention anything about what happened to the heart and the brain at that point in time?
No breathing, right? No breathing. Normally, heartbeat is very important for us, right? Very important for us, according to science. But as I earlier said, that when you meditate, when you are in jhana, you don't need so much energy, because of willpower, because of the power of concentration. So, if there's no breathing, so maybe your heart, there may not be heartbeat. Even with the heartbeat, you are still alive. So, the brain, of course, the brain is still functioning. So that means meditation object. Your brain is functioning. So actually, when we talk about the brain in Buddhist perspective is a, in the Western science, right? Brain is, normally they say the brain is the mind. The brain is the mind. But here, because of modern science, medical science, they start to know that even brain is dead, stay functioning because of heartbeats, right? Because of heartbeats. But here, in jhana state, I think that no heartbeat, right? No heartbeat. Maybe we can differentiate in this way. When you are exhausted, when you are running, suppose, when you are running, then very tired and exhausted, then you stop for a while, but your heartbeat is very loud, right? You need a lot of, heartbeat. You need a lot of, how to say, heavy breath. You need heavy breath. But right now, you are learning. Can you hear your heartbeat? No, because you don't need to use your so much energy, right? Your heartbeat is normal. But when the doubter tests here, he will hear heartbeat, your heartbeats, When you meditate, the more you go to deeper level of concentration, your heartbeat becomes slower and slower because you don't need to use your energy, much energy. So therefore, in meditation centers, normally they allow you to sleep about 5 hours a day. But you cannot do, right now, because you need to use your so much energy, right, in your walk. But in the meditation centers, no walking, just meditation, right? You don't need to spend so much energy because of that. So that's the nature of heartbeat, I would say that, right? So when you are in jhana, you don't need to use so much energy, bodily energy, So therefore, your heartbeat will be, getting slower and slower and also quieter and quieter. But the moment you go to the fourth jhana, no more heartbeat. But it's not mentioned in the sutta, but I'm trying to, infer, I can infer that no breathing, so that means no heartbeats. But you can stay alive, stay alive. It's interesting, even cessation attainment, right? When you go to cessation attainment, no more mind, no mind. So therefore, so these jhana states are higher one, so not in normal one. Okay, any question? Okay, no question. Then let's continue to learn. But in the jhana, we normally have 5 jhana factors. 5 jhana factors, right? You can look at your book. Vitakka, initial application. Actually, Bhikkhu Bodhi used to translate initial application. Second, vichara, sustained application. Third, rapture, piti. And the fourth one, sukha, happiness, right? Pleasure. And the last one is one-pointedness. 5 jhana factors. People normally think that Abhidhamma and Sutta Pitaka are different. Yes, they are correct. But I would say that they are not different. They are the same under the Dhamma, under the Dhamma. So here Abhidhamma says 5 jhana factors. You can also find in the suttas, Mahavedana Sutta, It is interesting. Mahavedana Sutta mentions the conversation or discussion between Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Mahakotika. So this discourse, this sutta is connected with the Venerable Sariputta, So therefore, something, Abhidhamma concept normally come from the suttas. So those sutta are connected with the Venerable Sariputta. Very interesting, very interesting. So therefore, we normally say that Abhidhamma Pitaka Abhidhamma Pitaka comes from Venerable Sariputta, right? Venerable Sariputta. If somebody say Abhidhamma is not taught by the Buddha, you can agree to them. Yes, yes. But Abhidhamma is not how to say, Abhidhamma is Abhidhamma is in line with Buddhist teaching. Abhidhamma is in line with the Buddhist teaching. So Abhidhamma is not taught by the Buddha, therefore we shouldn't learn Abhidhamma. Some people say that. If somebody say Abhidhamma is not teachings of the Buddha, we can agree. I agree with them. But when they say Abhidhamma is not taught by the Buddha, therefore we shouldn't learn. But I will object, because Abhidhamma comes from the Sutta Pitaka, right? Abhidhamma is in line with suttas. So you can see one example here: 5 jhana factors. In Mahavedana Sutta, Venerable Kutika asked the question to Venerable Sariputta: friend, how many factors does the first jhana have? The Venerable Sariputta said that the first jhana has 5 factors. When a bhikkhu has entered the first jhana, initial application vitakka, sustained application vichara, rapture piti, pleasure sukha, unification of the mind. Here, Bhikkhu Nyanamoli translate ekaggata as a unification of the mind. Very beautiful, So here we will use Bhikkhu Bodhi translation, one-pointedness. Unification of the mind are present. So that means the moment you are in the first jhana, 5 jhana factors are present. So this is from Mahavedana Sutta. Mahavedana Sutta is from Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta number 43, paragraph number 90. So actually I gave not only the Sutta number, give the paragraph number, so that for you, easier for you to read. Just go to paragraph number 90. Very easy, right? Very easy. Go to CMA, page number 54, 56. So the first jhana chaitas associate with 35 mental factors, 35 cetasika. And the second chapter, we have to learn association between Chaita and Cetasika. So according to second chapter, so the first jhana chaitas associate with 35 cetasika. Among them, 5 mental factors, 5 cetasika, so that means vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. So 5 mental factors distinguish the first jhana. So therefore, they are called jhana factors. In Pali, jhanenga. So that means 5 cetasika will distinguish the first jhana. In the first jhana, 5 mental factors are prominent in your mind. They are working very hard. The moment you attain the first jhana. To attain the first jhana, all these 5 mental factors must be present. Even though other 30, here, other 30 cetasika arise in your mind, they are not prominent. Only the 5, they are working. Here also in our temple, right? Some are prominent, some are not. Because prominent ones, they are working very hard. right? Like that. Even though the first jhana chaita associated with 35 cetasika, only 5 are prominent, are working hard, within the first jhana. So therefore, they are called jhana factors, jhaninga. If one want to attain next level of jhana, so that means second jhana, third jhana, etc., one has to overcome one gross jhana factors. Gross, right? Gross jhana factors. Each time by using the power of concentration. So when you want to go to next jhana, second jhana, so you need to try to develop your concentration. The more your concentration is deeper, the more you'll be able to overcome the gross jhana factor. When you want to attain second jhana according to Abhidhamma method, you need to overcome vitaka. Then when you want to attain third jhana, you need to overcome vichara. So later we have to learn. So the nature of jhana factors. So in Abhidhamma, we use 5 jhana method, right? 5 jhana method. And in the suttas, we have 4 jhana, right? When you read Samanyaphala Sutta and every suttas, even the Buddha explained right concentration in the Noble Eightfold Path. So the Buddha used 4 jhana method. So that means in the sutta method, in the suttas, the Buddha normally use 4 jhana method. But in the Abhidhamma, quite different. Abhidhamma use 5 jhanas. So therefore we have a 5 rupa vachara kusala chaita, right? 5 vipaka, 5 kriya. So here Abhidhamma use 5 jhana method. Why? Abhidhamma is using that? Sutta Pitaka usually mention 4 jhana mode, but Abhidhamma Pitaka use both 4 jhanas mode as well as 5 jhana mode. When we talk about 31 planes of existence, when we are talking about 20 Brahma realms, so Abhidhamma will use the 4 jhana mode. But here, Abhidhamma will use the 5th jhana mode. In the 5 jhana Abhidhamma mode, so the first jhana is divided into 2. So in that way, it becomes 5 jhanas. In the sutta method, so the first jhana we have 5 jhana factors. So when you go to second jhana, you have to overcome 2 jhana factors, vitaka and vichara. Only if you overcome vitaka and vichara, you will attain second jhana in the sutta method. But in the Abhidhamma method, when you want to attain second jhana, you need to overcome only 1 jhana factors, only vitaka. Then you attain second jhana. Then you overcome vichara, then you go to the third jhanas. So that is the difference between Abhidhamma and Sutta. So there is this 5-4 division of Abhidhamma jhana mode can be traced back in the suttas. Very interesting, very interesting. Because most people think that Abhidhamma is totally different from the Sutta Pitaka, right? No. Abhidhamma is further explanation of the suttas, the discourses in the suttas. So here, 5-4 division of Abhidhamma jhana model can be traced back in the suttas. So I will show one sutta in from Majjhima Nikaya. We call it Upakilesa Sutta. Upakilesa Sutta. Majjhima Nikaya Sutta number 128, 128. So in that sutta, so the Buddha talk about his experience about enlightenment, how he attained enlightenment. Sorry, how he entered the jhana, Not only in this sutta, but also many places as well, like in Saundha Nikaya, Asingata Sanyutta. So we have some of the references. So we'll look at Upakilesa Sutta. So here you can see this reference from Digha Nikaya, Sutta number 33, Singiti Sutta. Section 1, para number 10. Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta number 31. Anguttara Nikaya, chapter 8, Sutta number 63. Saundha Nikaya, 43, chapter 43, Sutta number 3, like that. So here, I just look at Upakilesa Sutta. And the Buddha talk about his experience about jhana. Anuruddha, I develop concentration with the thought, with the vitakka, and examination. So that means the Buddha enter jhana. So that jhana consists of both vitakka and vichara. The Buddha said, I develop concentration without vitakka, but with the examination only. So when you look at these suttas, and the Buddha said, the Buddha enter another jhana. In that jhana, no vitakka, but vichara is stay arising. So when you look at this sutta, savitaka, savichara, this one, avitaka, savichara in Pali. So what I want to say is, this is the place where we can find Abhidhamma more. Abhidhamma trying to analyze 5 jhanas. Because in here, the first one, I develop concentration. So that means the Buddha enter the jhana. So in that jhana, together with the thought and examination, it refers to the first jhana, the first Abhidhamma more, the first jhana of Abhidhamma more. But second one, the Buddha said, I develop concentration without vitakka, but with examination only. So don't worry if you do not understand the usage about thought and examination, where I will explain further, because they are important. It is important to understand them. So that means this second paragraph refers to second jhana. Second jhana of Abhidhamma more. So therefore, some people may complain, sutta only 4 jhana. Why Abhidhamma mentioned 5, right? But it comes from the suttas. But the commentary literature mentioned why Abhidhamma split the first jhana into 2. So actually this one is not in accordance with the suttas. I will say that. But you need to know why we are learning Abhidhamma. This is a statement of commentators, not the Buddha. According to them, the intelligent people can drop 2 jhana factors at once. Suppose you attain the first jhana, you are an intelligent person. You know how to overcome 2 jhana factors together. Then you go to second jhana. Second jhana means in that second jhana, no vitakka, no vichara. It became second jhana according to sutta method, sutta more. Then the commentator said that, but people who have less intelligence can drop them by one. So that means you attain the first jhana, you are not so intelligent, because of so much effort, you attain the first jhana. Because your intelligence is not so sharp, so therefore, according to commentaries, you cannot overcome Vitakka and Vichara together. You trying to overcome one by one. The moment you overcome Vitakka, you attain second jhana. So the moment you overcome Vichara, then you attain third jhana. It became Abhidhamma mode. But actually, but of course earlier we have to remember this statement, commentary explanation. But when you look at the suttas, right? The Buddha is the most intelligent person in the world, The Buddha trying to overcome Vitakka, enter the second jhana, right? Then trying to overcome Vichara, go to the third jhana, one by one, When you look at the sutta, not in accordance with the commentary, As I earlier, actually, last week also I mentioned about the nature of commentaries. We are not, denouncing or condemning the commentaries. We are reminding, everything that commentator say is not correct. But, so they are valuable. Because of that, we have a right understanding about teachings of the Buddha. They are very important. So therefore, we normally refer to the commentaries. But we don't need to believe commentary explanation blindly, blindly. Okay, any question? No question, because it's too deep. So I think time is up, so we will close our class. Yo varatam pavaro manu jesu sakya muni bhagavakata kecho paragato bala viriya samangi Dan sukatan saranata mupemi ragawi ragama ninjama sokan Dhamma masangata mapatikulan Marura mimampa guna suwipatan Dhamma mimansaranata mupemi Yatacha dinama hapalamahu Chatu su sisu purisa yugesu Atacha bogala dhammadasate Sangami mansaranata mupemi Sadhu. Okay, thank you.